Taking a journey of the balances of life with words of spiritual guidance in an abundance of ways, in listening to all wisdoms of words, to each belief, from tarot card decks to ancient coffee ground readings practiced in Turkey, spiritual healing, and so much more. Through this journey, we will process and share our experiences and all receive wisdom from the divine together. An hour to be yourself. Two energies collide together. Dilek from Turkey and Jessica from the United States were meant to meet and serve a purpose. They are both loving mothers, college graduates, full-time business owners, and this is their dream. Now, your host of Ancient Healings, Jessica Lynn and Dilek Aktan.
Hello.
Oh,
Welcome.
hello, everyone.
I'm Jessica Lynn.
And I am Dilek. Welcome to our show tonight. We are going to be talking about cleansing and protection methods. And I hope all you guys are interested with this subject. And we are also going to be giving some readings as well. Hi, everyone. Hi, Michael. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Stephanie.
Hello.
Hi, Raz. Hi, Jenny. Okay. Oh,
I'm going to share this really quick
okay.
on my page if you're wondering what I'm doing. Let's see here.
No, I am just looking at my notebook right now that I don't want to forget about. Okay, so everybody, let's see. Hi, Kirian. Oh, Kirian, if you're still hearing me, please email Todd for your past life reading. You have never did, and I have never received anything. So don't forget that, Kirian. Michael.
You didn't.
No, I didn't forget it this time though, so I'm all good. I'm pretty good this time. But sometimes it is happening like that. Isn't it happening to you too, Jessica? Like sometimes you're feeling like 2-3 days behind that you're coming from. Actually, it is Friday, but you're thinking it is Wednesday.
Yep, all the time.
Yeah, that's
All
what
the
happens to me too. Sometimes it happens. Okay, so
Go ahead.
what do you think about starting with the subject, Jessica?
Sure.
Do you want to start first?
Sure, let's do it. Well,
Okay.
I was trying to find my bottle of Florida water to show everybody, but I don't know what I did. I might have left it somewhere.
Oh no.
Just so someone can see what it looks like. But I've been kind of like in a shift lately.
Me too.
Yeah, so I just there's like everyone has their own like beliefs and everything, right, on what works for them and everything, and that's fine because I think that you should do whatever you feel is right and whatever is good for you. So I typically don't believe in like just because like black tourmaline says it's good for protection. Like myself, I don't really to me, I don't believe that it is. I mean, to me, that's just words that were written down one day, and this is what people put on there. I go for more of um, what I'm feeling now, and I think it's more because I used to be like that. I used to be that person where I would wear black tourmaline or obsidian because I felt like it protected me, and I kind of like went through that, and now I don't know. I'm like swift, like changing. Like I'm kind of going more into like what I'm feeling energy.
Okay, so what is the
I,
energy that you're actually feeling?
I'm getting more. It's crazy. I've been feeling more from like the herbs.
Oh,
Like
that, yeah, there
yeah,
are herbs.
yeah. I'm feeling more like herbs and um. I- the only really
Or
the only
essential
thing that I
oils.
felt, yeah, the only thing that I feel when it comes to like um stones or crystal, you know what I mean, stones, crystals, rocks, whatever, is uh Sugnite, right? Is that the right one? It's the black, it's the um am I saying that right?
I guess so.
It's the one that actually lights, like light can light. Like you can put a flashlight to it and it will charge the batteries.
I
Am I saying it right, Courtney?
Shin guide. Yes.
Yes. So that is so far. When I hold that, I feel actually feel something from it. I don't know.
Well,
It,
sometimes it can happen like that. I guess it is kind of in a way like um it's like more like a personal thing because everybody has their own intuition. Whatever they feel like it is protective for them is, I guess, what is the protective for them. You know what I mean?
right.
At that
And
point, I
prayer.
agree with that definitely with you.
Yeah. And just a lot of prayer and listening, and I really doing that. But this is my bottle that I've created, and what I've done is I actually um went to like a herbal store and I took Florida water. Like I just love, ever since we were induced to Florida water, like it just felt right. I don't, just this weird, like, and the weirdest thing about it is when we met the lady that introduced us to it in
Yeah.
Nebraska, like she literally looked right at me and she's like, God, I feel like I've met you somewhere. I felt the same way from her. We don't even know each other. And she introduced us to us. And I just instantly, it just felt right. Like, like it just felt like it was the right thing for me to use for protection and cleansing and everything. And so what I did is I actually got a bottle and put it in here, and then I did some like holy water, and um, I believe highly in the Creator, you know, and I've kind of been more going that way as well, like more like prayer and everything. And um, I went to a herbal store and picked up herbs that I felt like had to go in here. Like I listened to my, like my guides, my intuition, and they were like, "Yep, put that in there." And Courtney, yes, whispers. I love it. That, what a beautiful way to say it. And that's what I did. And I just was putting them in here. So I have like ginger and lime, and I've got some rosemary in here. I've got some basil and dill weed in here.
Those are
Let me see
actually
here.
pretty much all the original recipe of the Florida water,
Yeah.
almost.
And it just, yeah, and it just felt like it just had to be in here and let it soak in. I love it.
Yeah,
And I spray this on myself because it even makes me smell good when I stink. So
when you think.
I love it. When I stink, it makes me smell good. But yeah, and that's just what I've really been, that's what I do. I know it feels right to me. Oh. And I know that you love your crystals, so do it, Dilek. You're a crystal
Do you want me to?
professional. Yes, do it.
I do, but the thing is that actually I'm not carrying the crystals on me for protection anymore
Okay.
either. But there are actually crystals that I am programming with the light language videos that I find. So what I do is like, let's say there's this obsidian in here, literally.
Beautiful.
You can just grab any stone or crystal, whatever is giving you the feeling of protection, okay? Because actually all these stones have the good energy, so technically all these crystals are pretty much protective for us, but uh not all by itself. If you find like a light language video, or um some people are buying it on Etsy like I do, there are some people that they are making the light languages and light language audios that they are selling, which they are actually pretty handy and useful for like instant energy programming on a crystal. That's what I do. Just clear your crystals with whatever, and then after that just put the crystal on your phone or by the speaker or whatever that light language sound is coming. That actually programs the crystal, which helps a lot. It really helps a lot. But like I said, for the light language part, you should supposed to pick the one that actually you believe that it will help you to get protection. But otherwise, I totally go with the prayers and the protection water that I make, which is super simple and easy. It is only including the water and a little bit of vinegar, and then after that, like you're just gonna pray in it, or make that water to get the prayer energy somehow. If you want, like how I program the crystals, you can do the same thing for the water, because technically you can program charge the water because of its molecules and stuff like that. So it holds the energy. Water holds a lot of energy. And if you would like to make your own protection water, I definitely uh, suggest you to do this. And trust me, it works a lot. And it helped me a lot too, which it makes some sort of like protection shield around you, or some sort of like protection cloak or something like that, and you definitely can feel the whole energy off of it. It's so good. And also you can add up some like crystals in it as well. I suggest that the crystals which are good with the water, not all of them are good. Keep that in your mind. So I don't know. I guess for the protection part, these are what I can tell, other than I don't know what else I can tell. I cannot remember a whole lot right now. Let me look at
I like
it.
to like do the water too, because
Yeah.
sometimes, like I've had where when I've done a cleansing or just went in, actually I'm going to use my bar as an example. Sometimes the energy, is so crazy there that I have to come home and take a shower, and when I take a shower, I will like do like a, like cleansing, like think about how I want to cleanse myself, and
Yeah.
kind of ground
Cleansing
myself
shower.
at the same time and think about protection and everything. So I love that you brought up the water. That's really
Yeah,
good.
I do that during the shower. I mean, for the cleansing showers, cleansing is also the part of our subject. We are gonna talk about it anyways, but I'm gonna just bring it up for a little bitty. Cleansing shower is actually a lot better than any other uh cleansing rituals to me. I feel like it, because you can actually get the whole benefits of cleansing yourself like that, because it's from top to bottom all the way to your toe like that. It is the best way. I don't know how you guys are feeling. And also, like, dry bathing is another. Salt baths. Yes, Courtney,
Yeah.
salt baths are exactly so good. I agree with them too.
I
And
use salt a lot when I'm doing cleansing and protection on a home.
yeah, I do too. For protection,
Ooh.
it's like, I don't know. For protection, I use also black salt. That's another thing that I feel like it is really working for the protection. I forget that. The black salt is working really good because I do that around the house. Just like a line or something like that, little sprinkles.
Yeah.
And in front of the in
Windowsills.
front of the, yeah, in front of the door, the front door and the porch and stuff like that. It is so good. It works a lot. I feel like it really actually um balancing the energies and actually bringing the right energies into the house. That's what I feel for the black salt for protection.
Yeah.
And
Another good one, like the black salt, is even you could do the same thing with black pepper.
yeah,
Like black
black pepper is good too. Sylvia is asking for outside or inside the door. I do it outside, but if you want, you can do it inside the door as well. Hello to you too. So I don't know, like that helps a lot for the black salt. That's what I feel. And also, you can make your own black salt as well. It's not that hard to do it. Just get sea salt, some charcoal, some incense, ashes, and stuff like that. Just mix it all, and it's so good. It is really good.
And please feel free, Todd, if you want to put the backstage on there. If anybody wants to come backstage and
Yeah.
tell us what you do, that would be awesome. We would love to hear it. Um, and I was just, I don't know, I have no idea why, but when Sylvia put outside or inside the door, like it made me think of coconut. Don't ask me why, how my brain works, but I forgot that I also have shavings of coconut in here. That's for like evil spirits and everything. That's what I felt for the evil spirits, and I don't know why that made me think about it. I guess I'm maybe because I seen outside and I was thinking like palm trees and stuff. I don't know. But yes, please feel free to hit that backstage link and let us hear, like what you do or what you feel is
Yes.
good for you for protection.
We definitely would like to see you guys on the backstage. So feel free to hop on.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Sylvia was asking, sorry, I am interrupting you, but Sylvia was asking something. Do you need to replace it once on a while? Yes. I mean, it's the black salt is gonna go away. Everything's energy changes. So once in a while, if you feel like you need to sprinkle it, just do it. That's what I do. And it is super simple to make it too. You don't have to really um you don't really have to buy it all the time from the stores and stuff like that. It's not really a whole hard thing.
Oh, I love that, Courtney. Heather leaves is it his or her? Black hand
Heather,
angels around the
her.
house, and then a horseshoe above the doors, and also help for protection if you're home through if you're leaving. I don't think you want to carry it. Huh.
Oh,
Michael said, "Come on, people, don't be shy." What do you do,
I see
Michael?
that too. Then you jump on the backstage. How's that idea, Michael?
Yeah, and I have done um well, I shouldn't say I have done. I've tried to do a cleansing on a home before, and I
It's
myself
hard.
didn't feel like I was um the right person to do it. Like maybe it needed to have somebody that had way more experience. Seriously, like it was probably way above my head. And so like I did my little, felt kind of communicated a little bit with the spirits that were in there, and I've just told I've told the couple, like, maybe you need to go somewhere else with somebody that has way far more experience than me, because it just
Yeah,
wherever
sometimes
I go,
that's
it's not
what's happening.
yeah.
Um, the thing is that, like, uh, when was it? When we went to your cousin's house.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
time I felt like I that time I felt like, I don't know, it kind of like little scared me. I definitely felt like I was the one, that unwanted person over there. And then that night, of course, I end up with a scratch on my back.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
pretty bad. That Yeah, that was pretty bad. That's the time that actually I never thought that I would see something that serious, but it was that serious. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I even after we did our thing and stuff, it kind of like slowed down a little bit for them, but it's like more than ever. But they did have some remodeling done, so they probably stirred up the pot as well. But
Oh,
and I told her, my cousin, straight out, like, that's like way above our heads. Like, there's
yeah, it is.
so I have a question for anybody out there, or you, Dilek, is, do you feel that um so when we're talking about maybe like protection from a spirit that is like way above our head, this, I'm just gonna say this is an example, okay? So like The Exorcist, right? In a situation like that, do you feel like it's because maybe it's do you feel like those spirits that are like that are more demons, like what are your thoughts on that? Do you think that they've just been here for so long that they have enough energy pull to um be that like forceful, or
What kind of spirits are we talking about
like,
exactly?
right? So I'm wondering, like, when you're thinking about it, and when they talk about how their beds like literally were shaking off the floor, right? Like stuff like that, or lifting up, or um, feeling like you're levitating the body, like
Hmm.
levitating and everything. Do you feel like those are actual like spirits, or do you feel like those are like, you know, force, like a demon force or something? I don't even know how to say it right. Like, just wondering, like, if you feel like you are not able to help cleanse a home, like with protection and all of that, and it's like way over your head, what do you think that's why? Like, why do you think that is? You know what I mean? Is it because the spirits just um have in been for there for so long, and like,
Um,
what are your guys' thoughts? Courtney said you need Jesus. you know,
well, what I think about is that, yeah, I mean, they are evils, but then, what is that called? Like, I don't know how to explain.
love it,
I don't
Michael.
know. Let me see. I don't feel.
He says, I don't feel the need for
Yeah,
protection. I know I go against and the standard thinking of
I
a subject. It would able to long explain it here. Oh well.
I feel like, for me, for some certain places, or for some certain energies, or maybe actually even old energies, because I'm an empath, so I need to protect myself all the time. In either way, I have to shield myself, and at that point, for going into a house for cleansing and stuff, I don't know. I would use definitely prayers for protection, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think? What would you do? What is your thinking about this?
mine, just like how you said it, is definitely prayers. Prayers and not putting yourself in a situation of not being able to handle something that
Yes,
that you can't do.
exactly.
But for you too, as when you said for like the empath thing, protecting yourself for that's a very hard thing. That's something that a lot of people go through. And so for that I use
Yeah.
meditation, or I sometimes I found myself like not putting myself in those situations as well. So I I do not like funerals, like, at
I
all.
don't either.
It's very
I don't like.
yeah, it's and it's so crazy. So I remember going to my grandma's funeral when I was really little, and I sat next to my dad, and my dad and I were sitting there, and he had me laughing. And this is his mom's funeral, okay? And I was looking at him like thinking like, like it's so weird because I remember looking at him like, God, I just love him so much, because I was feeling like, looking around as a little girl, I was looking at everybody, and I was like trying to put this protection wall where I was like laughing, like, like feeling like I wanted like jokes and everything, because I couldn't overcome like all these feelings that was happening to me. And I would notice that my dad was doing the same thing, which him and I are so much alike. And I feel like that is like something that he's taught me growing up on how to handle situations like that. I don't know if that sounds weird to you, but that's one reason why, like, I do have a really hard time like going to like funerals, and sometimes weddings even, like it's just too, like it's just too much.
Too much
It,
energy.
yeah, one of the most for the like being an empath, for me, one of the most peaceful places for me is a cemetery. It it sounds weird, but it's almost like it's peaceful for me. I don't
Yeah, I get
feel like
it.
you hear everything. It's like quiet, and like it's just like you can hear the wind blowing. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, no, I get it. As an empath, like it's hard not to deal with all those energies and stuff if you're not shielding yourself, of course. It's pretty hard because we are immediately uh detecting, what is that called, detecting light
Mhm.
for the uh toxic people, energy vampires, and we are the perfect victims for narcissists. So that's definitely for sure. Narcissists are always hunting the empaths.
Yeah.
They're sucking their energy off of them constantly like that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's like that. Oh, Michael is backstage and ready to come up. Oh my goodness. We said
Hey,
it and now he's here popping
we
up.
talked you in there. Talked you into it. Woo!
Hello, Michael.
Hey.
I'm going to behave, I promise.
Okay.
So, protection.
Yeah.
Can I share my opinion?
Yes, do it.
Okay. So, I'll start by saying I'm no expert. I don't know everything, so I'll just share my opinion on it, and that's all it is, just my opinion. So, I don't know, early on when I started doing this work, I went with what everybody else was thinking. Everybody's about, you need to protect yourself before you go here or go there and go there. I'm like, okay. And as I started to work more with, mediumship and psychic abilities, I do a lot of thinking on my own and like what makes sense to me, and this is the part I couldn't understand this. My mind would not allow me to feel that I was in any danger by working with spirit or that I needed extra protection. And here's why. From my experience, and that's all it is, the essence of the other side is love. I mean, really, it is. I mean, that's what spirits have communicated. That's what I've felt. I've never felt, not a single time, that I've ever been in danger. I've never had that feeling. And the other thing to go along with that is, we have our guides, we have our family, we have friends on the other side, people that we have been connected with, not only in this life, but others. And I just can't allow my mind to conceptualize the fact that they would allow anything to happen to me. Does that make sense?
Yes, it
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
And again, it's just my opinion, and that's all it is. But I personally have never felt the need to protect myself in any way beyond just, my intention. And again, my intention with any spirit has always been respect. I don't care how they passed. I don't care what they've done during their life. We're here to learn, right? I don't even call them mistakes. We make poor choices and we learn from them. And I've communicated with other mediums who have had problems, like they won't channel, I'll just say serial killers, and I'm like, okay, that's not my job. I'm not here to judge. I would give them the same courtesy as I give any other spirit coming through. So for me, it's just I'm always respectful of those on the other side, regardless. So that's another reason I'm like, I don't know. I've just never felt the need to protect. That was way drawn out too, wasn't it?
No, it was.
No, it was
good. Yes,
It's okay. I'm just wondering. I have a question, Michael. Have you been in a place that is haunted by some demonic presence or something?
No, my ghost hunting, I guess you call it, I'll just say it for me, has been very limited. And the reason is because every time I've gone, what happens nearly every time is I end up connecting with the people that's with me and their loved ones, because they're always with us. All right. They're omnipresent. So usually what happens is I end up picking up on their relatives or friends that have crossed. Now I can, sense the energy in a room, in the residual energy, so, but I don't think I've ever been in a place that was like known to be like demonic.
Okay.
So I don't know. But then again, is that fear though? Because right, that storyline gets created. And now you go into this place and that's in your mind that, okay, this place is known to be haunted by a demonic entity. So what's the human mind going to do? It's going to, especially if you have that fear already established in yourself about this, in this environment. And I think that just, multiplies that feeling of now everything that we experience is probably going to be demonic. Where I go into a place and I'm like, it's just a place.
Right.
So again, just my opinion.
That's like where I'm stuck. I'm stuck at the point where is it like demonic, or is it just a very upset spirit and we're stepping their boundaries? You know what I mean? Like we're in their space and they don't want us there. That's like where I'm stuck, because I know that, I mean, I've walked into a building not knowing anything about it, and I could feel like I was like suffocating, like I was closing in, and it was like a dark, energy. But that's what I don't know. I don't know. Is it one or the other?
Let me give you this. This is my thought on this. Okay, so with spirit communication, spirit by themselves do not possess emotions, feelings, and all that. They trigger that within us. So when I'm communicating with a spirit, and you'll hear people talk about this, like, I feel when a spirit's in the room, I can feel their energy. Mm-hmm. Actually, you don't. What is actually happening is the spirit, the person, I just call them people, spirit people, when their energy melds with yours, they trigger that sense in your brain because they know that that's what's required for you to observe their presence or realize they're there. Just like me, when I communicate, I don't feel them because I don't need that tactile experience. I know when they're here. It's just become with working on it or working with them. So I feel it's the same thing when you're in those locations. Now, if a person was an asshole, like when I cross, people are going to, he was an asshole. That's the first thing they're going to feel. Right. And my wife's going to go, yeah, that's him, so, but again, it's just, that's how they identify themselves. Like when working with me, when I get a sense of their personality, if they were abusive while they're here, verbally, whatever, I'll just get this feeling like I would not want to be alone with that person. And it's not that they're like that now, but what they're helping me understand is this was them here. So it's a way for them to further give me evidence, or my sitter, that yes, that was the way they were here. So I feel when you go into those locations, it's just the energy or the entity that's there, the person, is giving you a sense of who they were when they were alive.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense actually to me a lot.
So, and again, I don't know everything. I never will claim to, but that's just what I've learned just from working, relatively short time that I have. I don't know. It would take a lot for me to, for somebody to prove that it's an actual demonic entity. There would have to be some proof besides just, well, he's knocking stuff off the wall, yada, yada, yada.
Right.
Yeah, that could be just the regular poltergeist spirit activity too.
Yep. Yep. So, but that's my 2 cents.
Right.
Wow, thank you so much for that though.
No problem. So
Yes, thank you so much.
now you're going to kick me off and like, we're never having him on again. Never.
No.
All righty then. Well, nice chatting with you again.
Yes, thank you so much.
All right.
Nice to have you in here to see you.
Tell everybody when your show is.
Shit,
Yes.
I had to think for a second.
When is it?
What day is it?
Monday.
Wednesday at noon.
Oh my
Wednesday
goodness.
at noon. You can watch Michael and Jen, right?
Yep.
Yes,
Yep. Yes,
So.
check them out. They're so good.
Yeah, and don't forget to
they
vote
are
for us.
really good.
Vote for Spiritually Imperfect if you go to the website. Don't forget that. Very important.
No, vote for Ancient Healing. No, I'm just kidding.
All right. Have a good night, you all.
You too. Thank
All
you
right.
so much.
Bye.
Bye. Accidentally clicked on the ancient healing. It's actually like that. If I don't remember wrong, their show is right on top of us. Or was it the profile? Something like that. If I don't remember wrong. Let's talk about the cleansing. We didn't talk about the cleansing though. We always talked about the protection. Let's talk about the cleansing.
So I do the same thing as what I do for the protection, for cleansing.
Pray.
Yeah, pray.
Yeah, I do too.
Really
there are certain prayers that are actually helping really a lot for that though, isn't it?
Yeah. So I'm gonna be open about something. So ever since I gave this reading to this family that was were they in Iowa or Illinois? I can't remember, but so I was giving a reading, and the whole family, like the immediate family, was in the room, and I could only see like the mom and dad. I didn't even they didn't make known that the siblings were like in the presence as well behind the camera.
Mm-hmm.
So then all of a sudden I could feel like other energy in there. So I had said something, and then they were like, yeah, her brothers are here and a girlfriend. So I was like, okay, and I'm talking to them, and I've never had this happen to me, and it kind of scared me a little bit, where I was talking to their daughter in spirit, right? And then the next thing I know, I literally felt like my whole body like traveled, and like I was in her body, and I was standing in their living room, right? And I was standing in the living room, and I, plain as day, described the whole living room. I described exactly what the siblings were wearing. Like, it was something that I've never felt in my life, and it scared me. So then I instantly, like, I couldn't, it scared me so much I couldn't get it out of me for like a really long time. Like, I believe in God. Okay. I completely believe in God. I was brought up, going to like Bible studies and everything, and I really believe it. I just never really felt like I had to go to church to worship him. You know what I mean? So I never was really a church person. Actually, I get some really weird vibes when I go to church. And I think a lot of that is among the people that go to church. It's like I could feel like bad things that people were doing even when I was little, like, and I just felt like them as being narcissists. You know what I mean? Like you could feel
Yeah.
all that. And so it kind of directed me to go the other way, And um after this experience, I had a hard time with it, and I started like talking to like my dad about the Bible. My dad knows a lot about the Bible, and I'm like been reading the Bible, and a lot of it confuses the heck out of me. But I'm to the point now when we're talking about how it's said in the Bible that to beware because Satan likes to throw demons upon people to give them spiritual gifts to hurt them, right? And I'm like learning about this, and then I think about the experiences that I've went through and some of the things that have happened to me. I really like am directed more into the Bible, and then I got to the point where it says that maybe you should, like part of the Bible, and listening to some audio readings of a gentleman that actually did. Have you seen the movie Pope Exorcist? I think it's called. I don't. It's with
I was literally
Gerald
thinking to
Butler.
watch that the other day.
Yeah, so I found that movie very like, and it's very good. And then I started like Googling like the Pope or the priest, not Pope, the priest and everything. And now I'm like listening to some of his audiobooks, like of his experiences about it. And one of the books I've read or that I've listened to here, actually, I'll give you the title of it if anybody's interested. And it talks about how he had encountered where he believes too, and which is written in the Bible, that believe that God, the creator, said that he was going to, in the hardest days through life, is he was going to be able to give the abilities to those to help, like almost like prophecies kind of a way. But you have to be careful because you have to talk to somebody like a priest or a father or something, and talk to them to validate that is truly what's happening. And it's kind of like really been something that I've really been interested in for a while now. I've been kind of like, learning about it because I put myself in a spot now where, oh my gosh, is this really, like, am I really speaking, or are these really the spirits of the loved ones coming to me, or is it, like Satan messing with me? But then I think about some of the abilities that I've had where driving down the road and seeing the fan laying in the road before I even got there, like, saved my life.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that. Like I feel mixed. So it's called An Exorcist Explains the Demonic by for Gabriel Amroth. It's Amorth. I highly recommend it. It's very interesting. But that's kind of like where I'm at right now. Like where I'm at with it now. Like I'm kind of like stuck in a weird place.
Well, it's not the weird place actually. You're just like gain a different perspective um about the subject. So that's all what it is. But yeah, it's good. It's something different is always good. And your opinion was actually pretty good, which I agree with that too. And also, like for the cleansing, like everybody's using things and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like even a prayer can make you help for your cleansing a lot easier, a lot faster. And if you're looking for something alternative to the prayers, you can go with the light language, or you can go with affirmations or the things like that. but I believe the words are more effective on the human body and human cells more than the other things do, because actually, when you are thinking something, either thinking out loud or just in your head, either way, it is actually affecting you and affecting your whole body, even all the cells in your body in a cellular level that is affecting and making you actually vibrate in that frequency like that. So if you're looking for some sort of like protection, just uh believe into that prayer or whatever the words that coming out, could be affirmations as well. Just believe in that and absorb it. Like, it will work out for the protection, it will work out for the cleansing, like how Michael said. Actually, it's all kind of in our head, because if we knew that, like, if I knew that, for example, before uh we went to your cousin's house, for example. I mean, I wasn't really sure about that, if that was demonic, which I had read the name of it on the coffee plate, but I really wasn't thinking that it was going to be something that serious. I was just thinking, like, oh, probably we're just going to go see evil spirit or something like that. That's what I was
Right.
thinking. But that one actually turned out it was an opposite corner, actually, that put me down.
Yeah.
So
And
that was a different thing. But see, like, for that time, even, or the other times, I really didn't thought about the protection until I actually realized, being an empath, uh, you have to be shielded and protected, blah blah. But yet, like, yeah, how Michael said is right. Our loved ones, ancestors, are always with us, and they're always going to protect us no matter what happens. That's another thing. But of course, these are just the additional things, like, let's make it a little bit stronger. Like, we have a little wall in here, but let's make that a little higher. It's something like that. That's what I see with these, like, protection and the cleansing rituals and the things like that. More like that. But at the end of it, on the basis,
yeah.
it's like between you and your ancestors, and between you and God, or whatever you believe in.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
see that Courtney has been posting a lot on here about
Oh yeah,
um
I see that
cinnamon
now.
rituals are
Oh, hi,
good. Cinnamon
Tracy.
in doorways, front of your home. So cinnamon, she uses cinnamon in the doorways.
Yes.
Holly leaves are said to be great for protection.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Thank you, Courtney. I love it. I've
Thank
actually
you.
I've never heard of the holly leaves. I don't even know what that is.
Oh
Um,
yeah. If you search it on the Google, you will
yeah.
see.
Oh. Um,
Tracy said
you
hi. I would like to say hi to her too, real quick.
yeah.
Do you know Tracy, Jessica? You do
I
know
don't
Tracy, right?
um I don't think so. Tracy,
Oh,
no, I don't think I know her. I don't you like I'm horrible with names.
I
I
know.
I'm really
I
good with
just
like
asked, and
faces,
after
but
that, I
horrible with
remembered
names.
that too.
uh
Oh,
but I love like when you were talking and you were talking about like energy and all that stuff, it made me think of karma. I don't know why, because
yeah.
I myself, I cannot stand when I hear people say, "Oh, karma's gonna get them." That to me, that bothers me because
Sometimes I go get them.
right, but 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 it bothers me because uh, to myself, I believe karma is I believe karma will only hurt somebody for if they did something bad if they really start feeling morally wrong about it. I feel like karma eats in the inside of your soul and spirit and and eats at you personally and not just comes back to you. Like I don't know. I just have different views on the whole karma thing. But just what you said, it just made me think of the word karma. Like that's the first thing
No,
that
it's
came to my head.
okay. I'm totally fine with that because karma to me, like, it's a complex thing. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna go into the whole lot, but the thing is that when they say like, "Oh, karma is gonna get you, karma is gonna hurt you," you know what? I mean, after karma, sometimes I take care of the situation without letting that karma take care of my situation.
Oh, it's so funny.
I do not like that. I don't want karma to deal with my stuff.
And I don't know. But I wanted to share everybody a book that I got from somebody very special to me. Um, and I thought it's very old. It's actually which this is one thing that I find intriguing about it is so it was actually copyrighted in 1879 and it's a spell book, but it's not just a spell book. It is the Catholic series spell book, which I find very intriguing because
To me, it's not.
like I don't know to me, but uh it's so old, it's so cool. You could tell it hasn't really been taken very like care of. Um but it is just so awesome. And I just wanted to share it with you guys. The writing and everything in it. So it's so old, like some spots are
Do
really
you
hard
know?
to even read.
Do you know what? It's not actually strange to me. I mean, it's not really like how you said, because it's Catholic and yet it is a spell book, right?
Yeah, it's a complete
But
story book.
remember what they always say, the accuser is the doer. So
Yeah,
think about the history. So actually they were the one that they were accusing all those people for doing all those spells and witchcraft and this and that.
yeah,
But there are actually even more books in Vatican library that which people cannot go in that library. There are a lot more spell books than what we even would know.
right.
I bet
I
you.
know. Well, hopefully nobody comes after me now that I just shared this on Facebook or on social media. I'm just kidding. I'm just playing.
Then they're gonna hack the whole show and then they're gonna say, "We're on the way to get you."
Oh my gosh. No, but I just wanted to share that because I I never I looked at it before, but I never even noticed it until literally right before the show that it said that. And I was like, wow, I was like, that's just really weird to me.
Look, look what Todd says. Look at it. He says, "LOL, here they come with pitchforks and torches."
Oh my gosh.
That's funny.
Wow, the show went super fast today. Holy, I just noticed that we have um
Nobody asked for the readings, by the way. I said it in the first, but
oh well, everyone, I think that we're gonna go ahead and just cut it short. 5 minutes if everybody's okay with that. Sylvia just put I would love a reading of time.
hold on. Michael says something. He said, if they said smoking weed would keep the evil out, I'd be doing a whole lot more investigating of them demonic locations.
Well, I think we do have. Let's go ahead and give Sylvia a reading really quick.
Okay. Michael
I
is
would love a
asking
reading
to.
of
Let's
time.
give them two
Oh, I love
reading.
reading
Okay,
too.
Michael
Okay.
and Sylvia. Let's do it really quick.
So I'm actually using cards I've not used yet on here, and it's the Seasons of the Witch.
Oh,
for some reason, I just felt like I had to whip these babies out. I don't know. I just think that they're so pretty.
Who are we getting first? Sylvia or?
Sylvia.
Okay. We are getting Sylvia real quick.
Oh, I'm just not feeling it. I'm not feeling anything with this.
Is it just you?
Yeah, I don't know. So I'm just not feeling anything, Sylvia. Even I pulled this card, but I'm honestly not feeling anything from it.
I know, right? I got the busy times and multitasking, but I really don't feel anything. I don't know why I'm not catching energy about Sylvia. Or off of these cards for Sylvia, at least. I'm going to try one more, and if I don't feel anything, I'm just going to... For some reason, sorry, but for Sylvia, I feel like she's feeling lost. Like she doesn't see anything around her. It's like completely darkness. That's what she sees. I feel like that. It's like she doesn't know which way to go or where to go or what to choose. It's like uncertainty.
So I was hearing dwelling, but I don't even know, is that a word? Is dwelling a
It
word?
is.
It is.
Yes.
That's like what I got in my head, but I don't even know what the word is. So that's like what I heard. So I heard like dwelling, and I was just trying to figure out like, well, what does that even mean? But
Dwelling for what?
I don't know. But does that go with what you're feeling? Is it the same thing? I have no idea.
No.
Not dwelling, Sylvia. Like, what is it? I don't
dwelling. If I'm not wrong, it's like dwelling is like something that you are actually, I don't want to say it wrong, but to do something like you're keen on doing something or something like that. Like, you know what I mean? You're ready to act upon something or something like that. If I'm wrong, please, you guys fix me. Michael, we are not talking about duality. We were talking about dwelling.
Dwelling. Like, I heard dwelling, and I don't know why.
Dwelling. DWELLING. That's the word. Todd.
Delay? Is that what it means? Delay, tarry, or stay? Hinder, delay, dwell.
Yes.
Old English.
Could be.
Which would make sense with what you're feeling if you were feeling lost. You know what I mean?
Oh, do you know what? We need to get going. We need to hurry up.
Oh, it's 7:00. Dang it.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Oh.
And we have to be off right at 7 tonight. Oh, no.
No.
I'm sorry, Michael. But definitely next Monday, come back. So sorry. Oh, my gosh. Now I feel so bad.
I feel bad, too. Sorry, guys.
Sorry. Have a good night.
Sorry. Have a good night. Have a good night, everyone.
The truth is here and now on WLTK-DB Talk Radio at WLTK-DB.com.